Good evening, morning, um, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is Hasbro TV, and it's your favorite Spurs YouTuber. And I know you guys haven't had a video of me for a very, very, very long time um, about Spurs content because the World Cup is going on. But I did promise some people amongst you guys that I'd give some sort of update about Spurs players during the World Cup. So now we're on game day. It's been what, like 1 or 2 weeks since the World Cup started now. So let's get straight into it. Perisic seems to be playing really well for Croatia, which is quite surprising considering people's criticism of him this season. 2 assists earlier today. I think he got assists last game as well, and in the first game for Croatia. Seems to be doing bits down the left. Kind of makes a difference when you're playing with better players, I guess. Richarlison, everyone who watches this channel must know how much I'm a fan of Richarlison, but top class. That second goal was incredible, and it goes to show you, for me, in my opinion, sorry, that you play Richarlison in the middle instead of on the right, you get the results out of him. And I really want to see a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, however you want to phrase this, either with Kulusevski in the hole behind Richarlison and Kane, or you play Kulusevski off the right in the 3-5-2 and play Richarlison up top with Kane. I just want to see Richarlison with Kane. You don't sign a player like Richarlison and you play him on the right. This is what happens when you play him up front. This is the results. He got some supply as well, obviously, from Vinicius Jr. for the goal. But the first goal was so poetry, very striker-esque. I think he can do a job off the left, but in the middle is clearly his best position. And doesn't it speak volumes that we have a player like that starting for Brazil? Yet when we put him in our team, he plays down the right out of position when he has the ability to do what he did playing in the middle. Richarlison has to play in the middle with Kane. It just has to happen. Oh, as for the other players, we've got Dyer for England. Yeah, when he came on in the Iran game, England started conceding goals. Like I said again, people on this channel know how I feel about Dyer. He's just not good enough for us. Maybe this World Cup will get someone to come buy him, but I don't know. I don't know if we're going to sell him anyway. But again, he's not good enough. Son, his first game for Korea. I think they're playing later today, whenever this comes up. But again, I only watched the first half, I must confess, but he didn't seem to do anything. Just like Son this season. Bentancur, like again, they played Uruguay in the first game, so it was all right. He didn't really have much of a chance to drive forward. Uruguay play 4-3-3 with Nunes off the left mainly, and then Suarez and then someone else off the right. I can't remember his name, was almost Pelestri or something like that. And obviously Bentancur's playing like the three, but he was sort of like a bit deeper than he does at Tottenham when we go to a 3-5-2. It looked all right in the first 45 minutes. I don't know what happened in the rest of the game, because it did finish 0-0. So clearly Son didn't have that much of an effect on the game, finished 0-0. And Bentancur, like I said, I can't judge either way. I didn't see it. As for players we should be looking at, every single right wing back in the World Cup for me is better than Emerson. So I'll take any of them over Emerson. The one that we linked with him most was Dumfries at Netherlands, and I've seen a bit of them. He's looked all right. Obviously, Hakimi is playing for Morocco, and Morocco, for me, looked like a very, very, very good side. And obviously it beat Belgium earlier today. And Hakimi was brilliant. For me, I'll still kick a punt on Ziyech if Chelsea will sell him, because we need that creativity, and I think you could go for, even for like a cheap price, like 20 million or something, Hakim Ziyech. You can have an option for him playing off the right instead of Kulusevski, or even play him in the middle. And I think Ziyech even has some periods where he plays as a wing back. But Morocco look very threatening. I have Buffal obviously on the other side, Ziyech on the right, and the Seville striker Al Nesri or something. If I said that wrong, apologise. So Morocco looking really good. And like I said, Hakim Ziyech and Hakimi down the right. I think it'll be tasty at Tottenham. But yeah, so like I said, it's not going to be a very long video. Harry Kane, I don't really know what to say. The second game, the Southgate was played so defensively. I don't think Kane, from what I remember, even got that much of the ball at all. And I have to read people on Twitter stating Kane, oh, he's so bad. But if you don't give him the ball, you have Mason Mount in the midfield, who for me does nothing for England, or not even that much for Chelsea anyway. And there's like no creator in there. And obviously, even if Kane drops, Sterling and Saka are more wide players. They're not kind of like Richarlison and the Sons, where Sons would just, they'll go further inside. So Saka and Sterling will stay wide regardless if Kane drops. And maybe if England put Grealish there and Foden instead of those Saka and Sterling, personally I'd put Grealish as a number 10 and put Foden on the left and leave Sterling down the right. But at least Kane will have some sort of supply. In the first game against Iran, Kane was amazing, but that's because Iran were not as good as the USA. Obviously, the USA playing Iran in the last game, so maybe my judgment will change after that. But from what I've seen, I know Iran beat Wales, but they were no match for England's quality. And Kane got 2 assists, I think, that game. I thought it was probably brilliant. And I know he's had those small ankle knocks, but he seems to still be playing. I spoke to a lot of Spurs fans earlier tonight, just in general, and obviously people want Kane to be rested for Wales because England are practically through, unless Wales win like by 4 goals or something like that. But I just don't see Gareth Southgate resting him. I don't see Dyer starting either. As for other players, obviously we had Wales who will be involved. I thought Davies has done alright this tournament. The other one is Pape Matar Sarr, I think it's for Cameroon. I haven't watched Cameroon this tournament, so I can't really say anything, but I don't think he's started as far as I know. But Davies, another one we'll quickly mention, Joe Rodon playing with Davies. And the first game, Joe Rodon was absolutely awful. So bad. And it was Wales lost the next game to Iran 2-0, and I kept reading on BBC Sport that Rodon was playing badly again, and doesn't it speak volumes that the club bought a club signing like Joe Rodon? We've loaned him out, I think, twice. He's at Rennes at the moment, and he's playing in the middle of the three. Well, obviously we have a weakness there anyway with Dyer, and Rodon's playing in the middle of the three for Wales, where supposedly he's meant to play better. I sound like I'm like just tearing apart Wales as a general thing, but I thought Neco Williams was brilliant for them. But Rodon there, Davies on the left, you'd imagine Rodon would be very comfortable. And I think the other centre half was, I can't remember his name. Yeah, I think the other centre half actually did all right. I can't remember his name. But Rodon's meant to be the centrepiece of the back three for Wales, and he's been so bad. He even almost scored an own goal in the first game against the USA. Before Keeper Moore came on, Wales were kind of out of it. But for me, it was like a game of two halves. Wales got back into it in the second half against the USA, and they fully deserved to draw that game. Especially once the USA took off their best midfielders. Okay, and going on to the USA, Spurs have still been linked with Weston McKennie, and I must confess, this is the first time I've seen him consistently for like a few games. Obviously, that's for the US, not Juventus, but he looks like I don't know how to describe it. It's not like he's bad, but it's not really that great. If I was to sign a US midfielder, it wouldn't be Tyler Adams, so I think it's actually done all right. I'd go for Adman Musa at Valencia. I think that guy's class, and he looks the tidiest of the three in the US midfield. Like I say, Weston McKennie looks like this is the word I'm looking for, functional midfielder. I'm not saying he'd be bad, like as a squad player, probably be okay, but to me it seems kind of like a waste of money. We've got Skip there who could get better. Bentancur, obviously, and Højbjerg are like the mainstays, and Basuma's there, so we really need to look at centre halves and right wing backs. Obviously, this window being linked to a host of players, and I'm sure once the World Cup finishes, Spurs will be linked with even more players. But yeah, I mean, this World Cup so far for Tottenham, some players have even played better, and especially Perisic and Richarlison for their countries than for Tottenham. But that's still the fact they've been at the club a very short time, which I do think is kind of a factor, especially with someone like Richarlison, if he's stuck down the right. Or that international football was at a slower pace as well, which probably would help someone like Perisic. Like I said, Davies has done all right. The England players have been, like I said, Dyer's not been great, even when he came on the short period, and when Maguire came off, and Kane, like I said, it was good in the first game, but the second game was bad because he just didn't get the ball. So yeah, there'll be another update in probably like a week or so. This World Cup is hotting up. I think the groups are very, very, very open. Brazil are still my favourites because on paper they have the best squad. If they can just fix that midfield issue, because I think when I saw them, they didn't seem very balanced. Casemiro was the only defensive player, and obviously you had Paqueta playing very deep when he normally plays higher up as a 10. And Neymar was playing in the middle as well. It almost felt like a 4-3-3, but wasn't a 4-3-3 because Neymar and Paqueta were trying to play so high up and kind of clog each other's space. In the second half, they were a bit better, and that's how Richarlison scored. That really came from a wide areas, and Vinicius Junior, who I thought was quality. I mean, he's never going to come to Tottenham, is he, Vinicius Junior? So Brazil was still my hot favourites, but I do think it's very open. France, again, they've been very good too. Mbappe is definitely my player of the tournament. But yeah, we'll see. And put this Spurs channel on World Cup. Come on, you Spurs.